Guys, what is going on? The final score for Minnesota tonight, the Sacramento Kings lose to the Timberwolves 117 to 103. This game was really close, and then the Wolves just pulled away the last 2-3 minutes of this game. I think at the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter, it was only a 6-point game. Wolves turned it up. DiVincenzo, Julius Randle just turned it up the last couple minutes, and they pulled away, and that's how they won by 14 points tonight. Let's talk about the numbers with the starting five. DeRozan, 39 minutes, he had 17 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Keegan Murray, 39 minutes, he had 10 points, 8 boards, 1 assist. Max had 26 minutes, he had 8 points, 6 boards, 0 assists. Russell Westbrook, 28 minutes, he had 8 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. Zach LaVine played 16 minutes tonight. He had 10 points, 1 board, 1 assist, but he left the game early because he sprained his left ankle, I believe, and it sucks. It was a pretty bad look for LaVine in his ankle, and try to come back into the game, but he just didn't have the willpower to get back in the game on the court, which is not surprising because it was a pretty damn bad ankle sprain. Wouldn't be surprising if he misses time moving forward, and that was Zach LaVine tonight. Let's take a look at the bench. Precious Chua thought he played really well tonight. In 27 minutes, he had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 0 assists. Malik Monk off the bench, 27 minutes. He had 16 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Dennis Schroeder played really well tonight, too, off the bench, man. 25 minutes, he had 17 points, 1 board, 3 assists. And Nick Clifford got 13 minutes tonight. He had 0 points, 0 boards, 0 assists. Nick Clifford had a steal, but he was a minus 14 overall for the game. Not what I want to see from Nick tonight. Overall, this game, like I said, it was a close game. The Wolves were going there. Both teams were going back and forth. And it's gotten to a point where the Sacramento Kings, I said this in my previous video, I'll say it today again, they are not a very good basketball team. I know everybody is hoping and praying and looking forward to tomorrow, which is December 15th. I anticipate nothing happening, honestly speaking. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, December 15th is pretty much when the trade deadline actually officially begins, because the players that you signed can be moved. The players that you signed in this past offseason, you can move them starting December 15th. And in this case, the Kings have a couple moves that they can do. They can potentially try to trade Dennis Schroeder because they signed him in the offseason. They can cut or potentially try to move Russell Westbrook, in which, in my personal opinion, I hope we keep him. But at the same time, I got tremendous amount of respect for Russell Westbrook, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings waive him or if they trade him. I mean, at that point, it would suck to not see Russell Westbrook in a Kings uniform anymore. But I wouldn't be surprised. You know, you have that respect. Scott Perry has known Russell Westbrook for a long, long time, since his early Seattle OKC days. And Scott Perry will probably tell him, like, hey, we want to waive you, we want to trade you, so you can go join a contending team, because obviously you can still play at an elite level. And we want you to go and contend and compete for a championship, because that is not the case here in Sacramento. Me personally, I was hoping that he would have a chance to compete for a playoff spot since he signed with the Sacramento Kings. Even the playoffs are probably not in the conversation now, guys. The Kings are pretty bad. They are pretty bad. So that's what I think that could potentially, those two moves potentially can happen. You know, I know Dennis Schroeder signed a 3-year deal. Me personally, it could potentially be hard to move that contract just because it's 3 years or $48 million. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to move Dennis Schroeder as well. So with that being said, let me know your guys' thoughts on tonight's game. The Kings have a couple of days off now. They don't play until Thursday, I believe. And that Thursday, they have back-to-back games against the Portland Trailblazers. So I believe Thursday they're in Portland. And then Saturday the 20th, they are at home against the Blazers. So a couple of days off to regroup. And let's see if this team can go and get their 7th win of the season in Portland on Thursday. So with that being said, let me hear from you guys. I want to know your guys' thoughts. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, man. I just want to give a shout out to all you guys for watching this terrible basketball team each game and out. It's like we know, deep down we all wanted to root for this team to be, relevant and decent this year. That's not the case. That's not the case. They are pretty bad at basketball, and it's like we deserve better, obviously, for sure. That's for sure. We deserve better, but it is what it is, man. Like, just anticipation of this team, the ceiling of this team, just the identity crisis. There's no direction, and I think it's headed towards hopefully a blow up, should I say? But gonna be hard to do that blow up because some of the contracts that are on this team probably will be hard to move. So I'm not frustrated. It's just I'm a little disappointed because I really did want this season to be a decent season, especially how last season ended. That clearly wasn't the case in this season. A mixture of injuries, the freaking NBA schedule being insane. But I'm not the one to complain about the NBA schedule just because no matter how many stretches of games you have against really good elite top teams compared to how the schedule lightens up, you still play the equal amount of teams, same amount of times as other teams. So, as much as I hate this brutal schedule because you played all the elite, crazy teams multiple times, it's still going to equal out to how they actually even out with playing the teams 3 or 4 times a season. So, nothing easy for the Sacramento Kings. The beam has been in existence. It's been extincted for quite some time now. Feel bad for it. I mean, it sucks to not see the beam lit, but it is what it is, man. These are just brutal times being a Sacramento Kings fan and content creator. Just got to embrace for what's ahead, and it looks like it's going to be a full-on teardown. And it might take a while to get back to being relevant again. So with that being said, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it, man. Have yourself a great night. Have yourself a great rest of your weekend. Take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward. I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.